Dara, Kawi, a documentary on citizens monitoring, evaluation and public oversight of primary health care revitalization in Osun State. Center for Rural Affairs and Community Development, CERACODE, is a non-governmental organization based in Iba, Osun State, and formed in 2017 to promote sustainability of rural communities, small towns, and an advocacy center for inclusive governance. The vision of the organization is to be a development center that shall be providing mechanisms to improve the quality of life of rural and peri-urban communities by the creation and implementation of integrated sustainable community initiatives that address the socio-economic needs designed for each specific community. In 2018, CERACODE embarked on a project called KECIPARG, an acronym for Knowledge, Economy, Community Involvement and Participatory Governance. The participatory governance is aimed at achieving more transparent, responsive, accountable, efficient and effective governance at both the local and national levels through active citizens' participation, parts of which include public information, education and deliberation, advocacy and citizens' voice, public dialogue, electoral transparency and accountability, public planning, public budgets and expenditures, monitoring and evaluating public services, and of course, public oversight.
Now, after our KECIPARG project, State of the State Survey, which we termed SOSS, was rolled out also in 2018 across the 332 wards and 310 polling units in the state of Osun to gather the perspectives of citizens on various issues bordering on their welfare, which includes health care. Now, the findings in the study about the healthcare system in the state shows the citizens express the need for revitalization of the primary health centers. Unfortunately, the government responded with Save 1 Million Life grants by revitalizing all the PHC in 332 wards and many state hospitals. As part of CERACODE's program in participatory governance and citizen involvement, we set out to confirm the revitalization of the primary health care across the states and document the project situating the overall implication it has on the citizen.
Towards the end of 2018, we conducted a survey we target State of the State survey. One of the section was a focus on healthcare provision in the state of Osun. Interestingly, people raised concerns about the condition and the provision of healthcare services, condition of the primary health centers, and provision of health services at grassroots level. That was very clear in the result of our survey that people actually are demanding, they want a better health centers and better services, healthcare services. So with that, we are excited when we heard about the Save 1 Million Life grants. that were given to the state of Osun government, of course, which was based on the earlier utilization and performance on the, I think, the mini grant. So when we start hearing, that people are raising concern and issue, we felt that we can, because we have the structure and our citizen, and with the benefit and the opportunity that participatory governance provide, which is about empowering citizens to participate in process of a public decision making that affected their lives. Participatory governance gives us a platform to achieve more transparent, responsive, accountable, and effective governance. So using that vehicle, we thought we could actually try to investigate, if you want to investigate, and indeed confirm, now from our perspective, from citizens, view. Remember, that, we said from the title of our documentary is the citizens monitoring, evaluation, and public oversight.
This proactive civilian oversight of the primary health care centers in Osun State by CERACODE under the chairmanship of His Royal Majesty Oba Professor Adekunle Okunye, a professor of Information and Communication Technology (ICT) in the Eburu of Iba land, is hinged on improving transparency and demanding accountability at all levels of government, especially as regards the Saving 1 Million Lives project for results, which necessitated the rehabilitation of 332 primary health care centers, one in each ward across Osun State, by the present administration of Governor Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá. Osun State government had explained that the $20.5 million received from the World Health Organization (WHO) was specifically meant for the revitalization and the development of 332 primary health care centers in all the wards in the state, even as some insinuations peddled in some quarters have repeatedly been running contrary to these, and of course, as an NGO established to conduct research and provide unbiased analysis of government efforts at ameliorating the challenges of the people, especially at the rural and peri-urban areas, we deemed it necessary that CERACODE should take the bull by the horn to conduct this Herculean citizens' oversight to ascertain the claim of government. However, to our surprise, our visits to all the local government areas and wards where the facilities have been scattered saw the achievements of Governor Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá's administration in the last 23 months, and it became obvious that what the governor reeled out in the $20.5 million health grant were already in action as we moved round the nooks and crannies of the state. From Osogbo, the Osun State capital, to the other 8 major towns, which are Ede, Iwo, Ikire, Ilesha, Ikirun, Ilaorangun, Ile-Ife, and Ejigbo, as well as their adjoining rural communities. People have been benefiting from this giant step by the government taking to improve residents' out-of-pocket expenses on healthcare services, and by extension, people's access to healthcare service delivery is not a privilege again, but an utmost priority.
You will recall that 3 months into assuming office, we executed the flag off of the massive rehabilitation of our health facilities in Ejigbo and the Tetego in Osun West and East Senatorial District, respectively. 1 month later, we flagged off the revitalization of 9 dara hospitals and 332 healthcare centers, one for world, across the state. The sum of 50 million naira has been approved and released for the procurement of drugs for all the 332 local health facilities as seed drugs. We have procured basic medical equipment, test kits, essential drugs and medical consumables for distribution to primary healthcare centers across the state of Osun at the sum of 207,176,100 naira only. We are engaging in capacity building for relevant officials of the state to develop and utilize scorecards to analyze the health indices conducted by UNICEF. Net hanging campaign is ongoing across the 332 wards in the state to boost utilization of long-lasting insecticide-treated nets. The state has paid 19 million naira counterpart fund for harmonized immunization activities in the state. The Ministry of Health and relevant agencies are collaborating with Osun State Agency for the Control of AIDS, Osaka, to give incentives to pregnant women to attend antenatal clinic and undergo HIV tests. The second round of maternal, neonatal and child health week will be conducted very soon.
Well, the government have been trying in the aspects of healthcare, like giving us drugs and some other things that is necessary, net and all that. So kudos to government. Osun State government have been trying in that aspect.
Okay. What attention that there be anything so okay. Mi ò tí bí ọmọ orí tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ lélẹ̀ so ìgbà tí mo dẹ̀ wá àwọn bíbá wọn ṣe dára wọn ṣe wọn ṣe dáadáa wọn já àwọn èèyàn tó ń àṣìmọ́yàn wọ́n bá yàn sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó yẹ kán sọ àwọn nǹkan téèyàn àwọn fún yàn lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ wọn ò gbowó kankan lọ́wọ́ anybody.
We at CERACODE were undoubtedly fulfilled to observe and see for ourselves the manner in which the government had painstakingly channeled the WHO grant to revitalization, renovation, rehabilitation, and upgrading of the 332 primary healthcare centers in all the wards across the state. This did not go without receiving lots of accolades from the people themselves, who are the direct beneficiaries, as many described this step as one that has indeed saved many lives.
Mortality yìí wọ́n ṣe fún wa àǹjàǹfààní àwọn tí wọ́n sì gbé síbẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe dáadáa wọ́n dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe tọ́ bó ṣe yẹ gbogbo àwọn tán wà níbẹ̀ wọ́n mọṣẹ́ orí wọn pé jojúmọ́ làwọn àǹjàǹfààní bí torí ọ̀dà jojúmọ́ làwọn àǹjàǹfààní bí báyìí torí omi yìí àǹjàǹfààní ẹ̀ mortality àǹjàǹfààní ẹ̀ torí bá fa á wá síbi tá bá níbà á wá síbi wọ́n fún wa lóògùn bó ṣe wà nìyẹn. Àwọn ìgbowó lọ́wọ́ wa o tó bá fún wa lóògùn bá wọn ní gbowó tó bá fún wa lóògùn ìfòrí wọn ní gbowó.
wọ́n wá dùn fún nǹkan tí yóò ṣe fún wa nílùú Ìlá-Ìjẹ̀ṣà àti jẹ́ àǹfààní ẹ̀. Àwọn aláboyún wa wọ́n ń wọbẹ̀ wọ́n ń bí wẹ́rẹ́, àwọn tó bá ní bà tó ń fún tó fọsẹ̀ pa wọ́n wá bẹ̀ wọ́n sì rí ìwòsàn gbà dẹ́ kì í ṣe pé wọ́n lálàá sí oògùn inú wa dùn fún kọ́tà sí fún.
Now we thank God that the government have renovated this place for us. Even many people in Ifelodun, it's only this place that is having plenty of children, immunization, pregnancy test and everything here now.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ ibi kò wà òkè dáadáa bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìsìn àjọba ti bá wa tún ṣe ó ti fine dáadáa wọ́n dẹ̀ ń kógun fún wa dáadáa wọ́n ń fúnyàn lábẹ́rẹ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní àárọ̀ àti lálẹ́.
In Osogbo and its environs, we were at various points where people were enjoying the facilities and accessing healthcare service delivery. Most of these PHCs were imbued with competent hands to provide free healthcare service delivery to the people, with abundant free drugs to dispense as well. In Ede North and Ede South, as well as Egbedore local government areas, things have changed tremendously from what it used to be in the past, as the people now practically identified with the projects, not only using the facilities, but also taking possession of it in terms of securing it, as well as seeing to its overall well-being at all times.
Yàtọ̀ fún ti tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ìsìnkú sí ta wá débi tá a rí gbà bàbá mọ̀ wá wọn tọ́jú ọmọ olóyún náà bímọ sí ibà ní ìsìn àti dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọwọ́ wọn ò mà lù òkè àtẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni tí wọ́n wá bíbẹ̀ tààrà ṣùgbọ́n lásìkò yìí kódà àǹgẹ́ ìgbádùn rẹ̀ kò sí tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ níta bá ti wá ibà ní ìsìn wọn fún alóògùn wọn ò tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ olóyún náà wá wọn tọ́jú olóyún náà kò sẹ́ni àwọn ògbówó àwọn ìsanwó lẹ́yìn kí wọ́n tọ́jú wọn fáwọn ọmọ lóògùn tó bá jẹ mábẹ́rẹ́ wọn ó sàré wọn ò fún lábẹ́rẹ́ wọn ò gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa o.
ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn Ọlọ́run ti ní kí nǹkan ó dúró dáadáa bó ṣe kó dúró àwọn èèyàn wa náà sì ti ń lọ torí pé pẹ̀lú nódùn àtàrà ya ni a fi ń lọ ọbẹ̀ so ó dùn máa wọ́n ń gbà ń bẹ̀ èmi náà ń gbà ń bẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ tó lọ yìí mo lọ bẹ̀ pé ẹ bá ń wo BP mi wò wọ́n sì bá ń wò so gba àwọn wò tán wọ́n sì fún mi ní oògùn so mo kọ́kọ́ fi àsìkò ìdúpẹ́ torí pé ìjọba ṣe o àmọ́ bá ń ṣe ń bá a bọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe rí ní ìsìn bẹ́yìn bá tiẹ̀ dé health center wa ní inú ètò ọ̀gá ó kọ́kọ́ dùn pé wọn ìjọba ò gbàgbé wa so bàbá tún wá débẹ̀ oògùn ọ̀fẹ́ là ń tún gbà gbogbo nǹkan lọ déédéé a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Ọlọ́run tó ọmọ bá tẹ̀ wọ́n síwájú.
Ìyàtọ̀ wà gan-an ni torí pé ìrágbérí làwọn ń lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ àmọ́ nígbà tí wọ́n ti tún bíbá yìí ṣe kò sí nǹkan tí a wá dé bíbá yìí tí mo fún wa mo sì gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa àwọn èèyàn bímọ sí bíbá yìí orú ọmọ tí wọ́n bí ń dàjí bíbá yìí náà mọ́ bí sí.
I've never been here before. I just came here today because of the medication that my baby wants to take. I didn't pay any money. Yeah, it's free. Okay, Osun is very nice and it's very neat too. So I like it the way it is.
wọ́n ṣe tí Adégbègo Oyètọ́lá débẹ̀ yìí ní tí ó ṣe kódà àti ìrìjọba tó ṣe rú ẹ̀rí wọ́n da ẹ̀sẹ̀ǹtà tó wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n wò wọ́n tún ṣe gbogbo páànù gbogbo nǹkan kan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe sí wọ́n sì kọrin gẹ́dẹ́ èmi gangan máa ń lọ síbẹ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ibẹ̀ àná dẹ̀ ń ṣe dáadáa tí wọ́n bá rí pé nǹkan kan bá wáyé bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ètò ìlera fún àwọn èèyàn nínú ìlú àbí ní wọ́ọ̀dù wa wọ́n wà bá mi bó làwọn ṣe lè ṣe bó làwọn ṣe lè rìn máa sì fún ọ ní mọ̀ràn mọ̀ràn tí ń bá dẹ̀ fún ọ láti kiri gbogbo gbèríko tó yí mi ká ní wọ́ọ̀dù yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣe oògùn lóòrèkóòrè wọ́n ń lọ gbàǹbì tí wọ́n ti ń gbà tí wọ́n sì ń fún àwọn èèyàn bó sì yẹ kó tọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ.
ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀.
I would say in this state we are very lucky. I want to first of all like to thank Mr. Governor Alhaji Oyetola for his passion, for his commitment, for his interest in the good healthcare delivery system for the people of the state of Osun. It's just a matter of political will, because I remember when he was sworn in his inaugural speech, health care delivery system is a major component, part of his agenda. And I tell you precisely that on March 5, 2018, we flag off the rejuvenation and revitalization of 332 primary care centers in the state. Mr. Governor did that. It was like a joke, because you're looking at this, 332 will be able to do that with the state of the economy of the state. But as I'm talking to you, close to 300 have been completed. You can see that within the space of less than 2 years. As I'm talking to you now, there is no single local government that have not tasted the hand of Mr. Governor, especially in the area of healthcare delivery system.
We thank God that this present government, they have done a lot. So I really thank the able governor, Governor Oyetola, for his performance in his government. He has done well. When he came into administration, is the one who innovated this our health center, and he provided drugs and every facilities in it. Even we have been complaining of water before. He has done well to give us water.
Gbogbo nǹkan yàtọ̀ nígbà tí maternity tuntun yìí ti dé. Oògùn lóríṣiríṣi ń wọlé sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa. Àwọn tán sì wà ńbẹ̀ náà wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ gidi. Tó bá ti dé wọ́n sọ fún gbogbo èèyàn pé oògùn ti wà o, gbogbo elétò ìlera nǹkan kan. Wọ́n ń ṣètò oògùn yẹn fún gbogbo everybody. Rárá o, ọ̀fẹ́ ni. Wọ́n gbowó lọ́wọ́ anybody. A kí wọn fún akitiyan wọn náà ni pé kí a máa túbọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Ipa ò ní kàn wọn lórí ẹ̀.
Sẹ́rí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àti ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé maternity kankan wà ń bí rárá. kò yé wa sí nílùú ọ̀rọ̀ rúwọ̀ pé maternity kàkà wà ń bì ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́rẹ́ tí bàbá Oyètọ́lá tó dérí ipò à ń gbádùn níyà kò tiẹ̀ sí wàhálà kankan ní maternity wa ìrọ̀rùn ni àwọn aláboyún wọn ń bí wẹ́rẹ́ aláìsàn tó débẹ̀ ń gbà tọ́jú àwa gan gẹ́lẹ́ bí olóyè à ń lọ síbẹ̀ ara wa sì ń dá pépépé.
Local government areas in Ijesha land, including Ilesha West, Ilesha East, Atakumosa West, Atakumosa East, Uriade, and Obokun, have become new as they do not need to get to Ilesha again before they get treated.
Because when you have a plan, you have a focus, and you are able to execute your plan, it's a very good achievement. We want to thank our governor too, Governor Isaac Oyetola, for his being taking good care of people of Osun State in terms of health. He has been doing well. They provide a health facility. They upgraded our maternity, the primary health care here to standard level with the equipment, modern day equipment, and qualified doctors and nurses. They are actually doing well and they are performing well, and our people here are also patronizing them because we believe this project is not only the government project, it's for the community, it's for the people of this world. And we, the Obas in this world, because in this world, the Obas in this world, we are more than, we are about 6 or 7 Obas in this world. And we are actually working together to make sure that our people are coming there to take their necessary facility. And at the level of our meeting of Obas and the chiefs in the council, we also informing them, and people are going there. Even the old men, they are going there to check their BP and all the rest. So, and the forecast too, they are also being friendly and hardworking.
Ṣàyẹ̀wò ọ̀fẹ́ wọ́n tẹ̀ ń jẹ́ gbádùn gbogbo nǹkan tíjọba ṣe fún wa bí báyìí bí oògùn bí àwọn olóyún wọ́n bímọ nírọ̀rùn wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gba abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára wọ́n fún wa nítọ́jú tó péye láti ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ títí dé ìgbà tó máa bímọ wọ́n dẹ̀ gbẹ́ anything lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìlú ń ṣe wọn bá tágbára wọn ká torí ibi tí ìjọba bá ṣẹ́ dé àwọn ìlú náà wọ́n gbé nígbọ̀wọ́ bíi kán ro oko àyíká ìgbà míì àwọn aṣojú ìlú ń ra papako wọ́n fi ṣe tómi wá yọwọ́ ẹ̀ torí mo ti lọ complain ní Ìbòkun ní headquarter wa wọ́n láwọn ti mú rìpọ́ọ̀tù lọ sí Kélébé ṣùgbọ́n ìlú ti bá wa ṣe àtúnṣe omi yẹ àti ń rómi pọn báyìí.
Ọmọ ojú wa dìde bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀.
Àwọn èèyàn ń jàǹfààní ẹ̀ dáadáa to our taste tó tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń wá tínú wọn dẹ̀ ń dùn sí bó ṣe tó dẹ̀ ń róore ọ̀fẹ́ tó ń róògùn yẹn oògùn tó ń kó fún wọn tó dẹ̀ ń rí gbà inú àwọn èèyàn ń dùn sí dáadáa àtàbóyún àtọmọdé àtàgbà àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin gbogbo wa ló ń wá síbí láti wá gba oògùn àtobìnrin àwọn aláboyún ń bì síbẹ̀ náà wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́wọ́ tí ó dẹ̀ sí pọ́blẹ́mù kankan.
Àǹfààní tá a ti rí jẹ́ pọ̀ gan torí pé tá a bá débì tí ara ọmọ bá ń gbóná pápápọ̀ wọ́n máa dá wa lóhùn wọ́n máa fún wa lóògùn lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ti ṣe wá dáadáa tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti máa pọ́n wa lé ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣe fún wa wọ́n ń try wọ́n sì ń gbìyànjú. Ìgbà tí ò sí ń bí tẹ́lẹ̀ ibi tá a máa lọ máa ń jìnnà tó yẹ pé àtẹ̀lé lọ sí kíní tó yẹ pé àwọn máa wọ mọ́tò ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé ẹgbà míì gan a lè mọ́ tètè láǹfààní láti tó yẹ pé láti ra ó pé wọ́n á máa lọ ra oògùn káàkiri àmúgbà tí wọ́n ti débi bíi ọkàn wa balẹ̀ inú wa dẹ̀ dùn tó yẹ pé kò sígbà tá a bá débi tí wọ́n ń dá wa lóhùn.
Ká kọ́kọ́ fi ọpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba tí ó dá wa tí ó dẹ̀ gbé gómìnà gidi tó gbé fún wa gọ́vnà Oyètọ́lá ènìyàn takuntakun tó ń fi ọgbọ́n ṣe ìlú ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Oyètọ́lá tó ń bá wa ṣe ìlú. Nípa ti ilé ìwòsàn tí dánu lé, fún ìyàlẹ́nu tí ẹ bá dé ilé ìwòsàn ní inú yín á dùn, nítorí wípé ilé ìwòsàn kékeré ni tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ti bá wa fẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti bá wa tú sí àwọn ènìyàn wa, inú wọn dùn láti wá fún ìwòsàn, wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa níbẹ̀.
Because under Ilan we are having 11 villages. Apart from Ilan Township here, there are 11 villages under us here, and all of them they patronize the center, especially the pregnant women, the children. I got sick just quite 2 weeks ago. I just crossed there and I was treated and I was made whole. So it is okay. It is okay.
I have to give kudos to the Governor State of Osun, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, for doing a wonderful job in the health sectors, especially in the rural areas. Elijah has been a beneficiary of this health program. We have an health center fully funded and refurbished with adequate drugs as at Wendell, equipped with staffs and all the bedding facilities. We are grateful to the governor for counting us worthy as a community in Elijah. Our subjects no longer go to far distance in getting health treatment. They now go to our own health center.
Àti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa nítorí pé àrílò ilé tí wọ́n ń ṣe rí wọ́n tó hospital wá ṣe, wọ́n kógun síbẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀kọ́ abẹ́rẹ́ síbẹ̀, àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì wà ń bẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n à ń bẹ ìjọba wa, àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì wa ò tí tó láti lè jẹ́ pé kán máa bá wa tọ́jú wa. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a wà lẹ́yìn gómìnà wa.
Gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n fún wa ó bá a lára mu. Ọlọ́run lè jẹ́ pé kò jẹ́ ká máa tán lọ káàkiri ìlú onílùú, a jẹ́ kí tiwa náà kó tẹ́ a lọ́rùn, a kí wọn pé wọ́n ṣe.
A dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run tó mú kí tàgbà àwọn aboyún àtàwọn àgbàlagbà fún ètò ìlera níbí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run torí àwọn tí wọ́n fi síbí, Ọlọ́run gbọ́wọ́ wọn ṣiṣẹ́, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ètò le jù kó wà fún wa. Ìjọba dẹ̀ mú wọn ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti kó oògùn fún wa níbí, so àwọn ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú náà àwọn náà mọ wá síbí láti wá fún wa lóògùn nínú hospital wa níbí.
The health sector would benefit from it very well, like our children, immunization, those things that we are lacking before. Those things have been well provided for us. Like our pregnant women, they will like to go to other places before, but since the place has been equipped very well, so we are benefiting from it very well. Our pregnant women, they don't go far away before getting all those things that they needed, so we benefit from it very well.
Wọ́n tọ́jú èèyàn responsible person. Ọ̀fẹ́ náà ni wọ́n máa ń fún wa lóògùn. Tí treatment bá dẹ̀ wà ńlẹ̀ bí abẹ́rẹ́, wọ́n á fún wa. Ètò tó dá wọn gbé kalẹ̀ torí wọ́n tọ́jú wa.
From Imogbara to Ifewara, Osu to Ìlá Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ìdó Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ìlásẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ìlàhùn Ìjẹ̀ṣà, and Ere Ìjẹ̀ṣà. The story and people's access to healthcare services have indeed been remarkably awesome.
Health is very important. Wealth without health is nothing. So we have to give glory to God for our health center, which I will say is more or less second to none. Even though by the time they came, they almost finished the health center, the turning, the louvers and everything, what do you call it, the sliding doors before we in the town even knew. But on getting there, we could not even fight with them because they have even done what we expect. We didn't expect them to do. In terms of the structures, in terms of defense, when you get there, you see so many things that have been done. The borehole that was there before was not functioning. They put on another borehole.
The health center is well equipped, so and to all patients, the patients that are coming here, they are really benefiting from the health center. Well, I always come to this place, to the health center here. Even I was here last week, Wednesday. So, and I saw how the staffers here are working, and some patients were even here around that time, and the staffers here, I mean the medical staffers here, they are attending to them in a decent way. We really appreciate the effort of the government that has done this, because each time we come here, myself and other high chiefs, in fact, we are always pleased.
adúgbò púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba gómìnà wa Oyètọ́lá fún àǹfààní ètò ìlera ọ̀fẹ́ tí wọ́n fún wa, torí wọ́n jẹ́ kí aboyún ó bóyún kú lákòókò tí aboyún bá débẹ̀ ó ń rí oògùn gbà lóòrèkóòrè. Èyí jẹ́ kí àwọn aláboyún go máa gbàdúrà fún wọn, òun náà ló mú kí iṣẹ́ wọn kó máa ní ìtẹ̀síwájú. So àwọn ọmọ náà, ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn ọmọ wẹrẹ náà ó ń ṣàdúrà fún wọn. Àwọn arúgbó ilé wa náà, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ fún gbogbo oríṣà ó ń ṣàdúrà fún gómìnà Oyètọ́lá.
Kọ́kọ́ kí Ọlọ́run, mo dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run, mo tó kí Oyètọ́lá àti àwọn alábàáṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n gbé wọn yanjú níbi tí Ọlọ́run fún wọn mọ̀. Lóò gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn pátápátá nínú wa dùn sí pátá, kò ní àbùkù, ṣùgbọ́n eré ọ̀dọ̀ mi ò ní o, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ibi tí mo ti ń rí ní ìyá hospital ń jẹ, ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀dọ̀ mi ò jẹ́ ìní o. Èmi náà bẹ Ọlọ́run á ràn lọ́wọ́ kó ṣe fèmí náà, torí Ifẹ̀ wàrà là ń gbé àwọn èèyàn lọ, so tàbí ká gbé wọn wá sí Iléṣà. Tó bá wà níbẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ oògùn, tí wọ́n ń gba abẹ́rẹ́, tí wọ́n ń tọ́jú aláboyún, ṣe mọ̀ pé ọ̀kadà lè gbé aláboyún mi ṣubú kó tó dá wàhálà kalẹ̀. So ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó máa mú bá wa ó pọ̀ gan.
Ìnífẹ̀lódùn, Borípé, Bólúwadúró, and Odùọ̀tì local government areas, people of the areas have witnessed greater improvements in primary healthcare service delivery.
In Iragbiji here, the health centers were not only renovated, remodeled, rehabilitated, they have been strengthened, provided equipment, medicals, medications, and what have you. Even the staff, it's like they have been changed. It's the same staff, but now with better orientation, with greater attitude to work. So much so that our people now see the primary health centers as the hospitals. And the patronage has been very tremendous. Today, we have our women, pregnant women especially, people now have absolute confidence and trust in the primary care centers, unlike what it was in those days. They now run shift, they have drugs, and honestly, it's a complete turnaround at the primary care centers. Even some of my staff, whenever they are here, rather than going to other places, they say, we are going to primary health center, Isale Oyo, Iragbiji, and others. So I want to commend the government for this initiative, for this project. I want to admonish them to continue to maintain good standard at the primary care centers, and because it's not the beginning that is very important, it's the sustainability. I want them to sustain it and to increase the tempo. And healthy population is a wealthy population.
One of the basic needs of the populace is health facilities, and the moment this has been put in place is one of the ways whereby people can benefit from the dividend of democracy. Ororua has been one of the towns that are able to benefit, and people are using these health facilities wisely and judiciously. Unlike the olden days when the maternity was at dilapidated building, of which does not attract the attention of the people. People are using it now. If you go there, the place is always busy, and that shows that the people are more interested, because it is the only health facility that is more closer to the people in the rural community. So I'm able to use this opportunity to say bravo to our able and amiable governor. May God continue to be with him.
From Ikirun to Iragbiji, Ada to Ororuwo, Igbajo to Okirun, Ikinfin, and of course Inisha, Iba, where a center is domiciled, Asaba, Okuku. What we have seen so far had greatly touched many lives, and had indeed saved many lives as well.
Pẹ̀lú kíní tuntun tí a ṣe yìí, a dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn alábíamọ tí wọ́n wà ní oyún wọn ò bímọ síbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rín àti ìdùnnú ni wọ́n sì ń bá lọ lé. Ìlera àwọn èèyàn tó wá túbọ̀ tún ṣe dáadáa síbi mí pé tí wọ́n bá sì ń lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn, tí ilé ìwòsàn bá níìtì tí ó sì dúró dáa, yàtọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn máa rọ́ síbẹ̀ ní kìtìkìtì kálukú wọn lọ lè gba ìtọ́jú. A sì dúpẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá bẹ̀ ẹ̀rín àti ọ̀yà ni wọ́n fi ń lọ sínú ilé wọn.
In fact, we really appreciate what government have done for this community. Really, I join it. The health center is fine. So all the patients that come here for treatment, they even recognize the patients and attend to them.
Ilé ìwòsàn ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe kò dáa tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí wọ́n bá tún ṣe, tíjọba bá tún ṣe, ó dáa. A sì ń rí ìwòsàn tó dáa gbà, àárín ògùn, àárín gbogbo tó yẹ ká rí gbà ń bẹ, àárín gbà.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba wa pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwa mẹ̀kúnnù. Nígbà tí ilé ìwòsàn yìí fi wà tẹ́lẹ̀, àǹfààní tí à ń rí nísìn ó ju ti àtẹ̀yìnwá lọ, because ní ìgbà kan tí àwọn ìyàwó wa bá fẹ́ bímọ, ó máa ń fún àwọn ọkọ ní ìṣòro púpọ̀, léyìí tó jẹ́ pé á jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ká má rìn jìnnà o, ìyàwó wa ti fẹ́ máa rọbí o. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹnu ìgbà tó di pé wọ́n bá tún ilé ìwòsàn wa yìí ṣe, ìrọ̀rùn ní bá dé.
Engineering town, we call it complete overhauling. So they are doing complete overhauling for the health center now. So they touch all the sections. Before, it's nothing less than a mere house, or it's like an upper list house, because there was no renovation, no equipment, nothing. There is no tools, no common tools. If you want to test your PP, there's nothing, you can't test it here before. But with what we are seeing now, we know at the end of the day, we are going to glorify God and the government of Governor Oyetola.
At the cradle of the Yorubas, Ife land, from Ife Central, Ife East, Ife North, Ife South, and even Ife East Area Office, Modakeke Ife. In all the local government areas, it was not surprising to see the same change in the lives of the people. From Edwabon to Tonkere, where we headed for about an hour, to Moro, Yakoyo, Ipitumodu, Ashipa, Akelalu, and to the remote areas like Ifetedu, among others. Here are what we saw and the candid response of the people and their community leaders.
It's not that I'm living here before. Are you getting me? But since I'm taking my wife here and my child, they are taking care of them, and it's benefit for me both, because they are no much going to another hospital or to spend much money or something like that. They are helping us here to be taking care of us.
Wọ́n tó kódà àtolóyún wa o àti ẹ̀ńbà farapa ni ẹ̀ńbà lóko tó farapa àwọn náà ń tọ́jú ẹ̀ ẹ̀ńbà tó lóyún nísì tó fẹ́ rọbí àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa gbé ọ̀kadà wá tó ń gbà tí mẹ́tàlí tí ó ti débí àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa wá mọ́ṣẹ́ tí ó gbé aláboyún wa lọ sí ìlú òdìkejì ni tó jẹ́ pé ó máa ń wọ̀ kó tiẹ̀ rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn láti mọ ìgbẹ̀ tí ń jọ sí tí mẹ́tàlí ti dé kódà ibi la ti ń bímọ tá a ti ń kọ́ ọmọ jáde tá a ti ń wẹ mọ́ tá a ti ń kó mọ́ kò sí pàǹdàmù mọ́ ẹ̀ tó mẹ́yìn ẹnìkan fún àwọn elétò ìlera wa nìkan náà tí wọ́n gbé fún àkóyọ dáadáa kán dákun kán dáràn wá lọ́wọ́ kán wá bá wa yanjú àárín yẹn o.
I learned that almost 270 center has been renovated, completed by our governor, which Tonkere really is one of the phase one that has been completed. I believe you are there. You are there. Yes. In Tonkere.
Yes.
Okay. You can see the distance from Tonkere down to the Edwabon. Is it not far? Very far. Let's assume that a woman is labor. Before you can take him from that place down to Edwabon, what will be the fate of the woman? She will die. That shows that the project is what we need in that place. We are very grateful to him.
We want to appreciate the government at all level, both the state and even the federal. And these health facilities, as a matter of fact, it has extended to all the nooks and crannies of even in our own local government, if not as well. So, and people have been benefiting. People have been benefiting, and it has been serving the people, the needs of the people.
Ètò ìlera tí wọ́n ń fún wa, àlàáfíà wà fáwọn ọmọ ògbóná, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tọ́jú wọn dáadáa, wọ́n ń ṣe nọ́mà pẹ̀lú wa. Àdúrà náà la máa ṣe fún wọn pé Ọlọ́run máa gbọ́ràn wọn lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run máa gbọ́wọ́ wọn sókè. Èyí tí ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè máa ṣe lé, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn.
Especially in my own community here, Yashipa, we still want the government to extend that hands of fellowship because people are benefiting and we want to get more because the community development is getting more increasing and the services needs to be, commensurate with the population of the people in this area.
Access to health by the populace is for the convenience of the populace. Nobody wants to spend money to go to Seventh-day Adventist hospital or general hospital and wait and pay. The case of the bridge cesarean operation that was done cost the community about 250,000 naira to bail out the mother and child after Seventh-day Adventist hospital performed the operation. We want a situation where we can, rather than carry the patient away, call on a specialist. We have GSM, we have telephone. We can, by arrangement, get the best doctors to come over because they will be happy to know that the facilities are there.
From Iwo to Kuta, Ikoyi, Ilemuwu, Budiosi, Olupana, Oguro, Agbirire. Of course, the list is endless. Residents and community leaders have continued to recall how this singular but bold step of the government has grossly improved their well-being.
And the hospital is very nice built, very well equipment. Only the problem we have now is only the doctor is not in the hospital. But they always supply drugs every time.
Ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa láàrin Amadi Central ó ṣe kódà comprehensive tó wà lọ́dọ̀ mi kó igan láàrin wọ́n tún gbìyànjú rẹ̀ náà wọ́n bá ní ṣe tẹ́ pé láti fi jọ́mọ́ ìlú àtúntì kú lọ́jọ́ ti pẹ́ ọlọ́sìn kò ti mọ yàtọ̀ so ẹ sọ pé àwa tá a wà ní ìgbèríko láàrin ètò láàrin tó lè kájú lẹ́yìn ọ̀nà so àwa àníṣe méjì tàbá sì ṣe òkú tán bí orí fọ́ọ̀ ni o ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ́ ni o tó bá rí ètò ìlera nítòsí tó ń sì ní káàtó à ń bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ṣe dáadáa ọkàn balẹ̀ so àdúpẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ó gbìyànjú gan inú wa sì dùn sí.
If you look at it, the last few months under review, the state government has turned around all primary healthcare center. It bring health access very close to the citizen. In my community here, they rehabilitate too. They upgrade it to a world standard, and ditto in other places. So I think we should commend the government for doing that. And if the government has us at heart, nothing more than for us to be patriotic and loyal citizen and be supportive to a government that is focus-driven, that has our interests at heart. They prioritize health among their cardinal program.
The same scenario played out in Ejibo, and we were quite impressed with what we saw, particularly in Masifaile, in terms of the synergy that exists between the sons and daughters of the area and government.
We thank God for the people, even the government of Osun State, for the contribution they have made towards that health center. So we really thank God. And everything has changed completely for good, not for bad, because there are so many changes. But we thank God now. People are rushing there, unlike the former one.
Ilaorangun, Oke Ilaorangun, Ora, Igbomina areas have had their fair share of these awesome dividends of democracy as well, with residents enjoying same facilities everywhere they go, and like they say, health is wealth. And of course, the people are not wasting time in patronizing these facilities meant to keep them healthy at all times.
For us in the extreme of the state, we always clamor for government presence, most especially in the area of health. Health, we all know, is wealth, and there's improvement. And we thank the state governor. We have a governor that is calm. We have a governor that is resourceful. We have a governor that is articulate about the needs of the people, and to a very large extent is trying his utmost best. And one thing that I really admire in him is that he's trying to make his government or governance in Osun State to be open and participatory, and I commend him. And for us, Okela-Orogun is a boundary community, the boundary town with Ekiti State, Ekiti, Udowa. I mean, our health facility is not for Okela indigenes alone. Our kids and kins from Ekiti and Udowa, they benefit from it. So that's a plus for us as a people. And that's a plus for the government. I pray that they will give us more, because for us, before we run to Oshogbo, is always a difficult thing. Even before we get to Ila is about 30 minutes drive to Okela-Orogun. So we need more.
Avanenta jembe ọ̀pọ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n ti bá wa túnṣe, wọ́n fún wa lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń gbẹ̀bí fún wa lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, wọ́n tún máa ń tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wa tó wà òkè. Nígbà tí ó tó pọ̀, torí wọ́n bá fojú táwọn ọmọ wa, òkìjọba pọ́n sí i, wọ́n kú tọ́jú wa, àtúnretí mi láìpẹ́. Àwọn òpó ti máa ń wá, gbogbo oríkò òpó ti, oríkò tó pọ̀ nípò ti ní, wọ́n dẹ̀ máa wá bí dáadáa. Àti ẹ̀ lè dárúkọ oríkò tán. Tí bá ní kí n dárúkọ, látàrí yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, ìsìn kí wọ́n bẹ̀ àràpá tẹ́, ó ti ẹ̀ pọ̀, alábà mẹ́ta tán bá ní Olúwa ṣeun, ó pọ̀ tán máa wá bí láti wá ṣètọ́jú.
Àti jàǹfààní gidi o, bí abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára lóríṣiríṣi, ìrọmọlápá tí ò ṣe oríṣiríṣi, àti jàǹfààní gidi níbi bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwa fún ọmọ ní abẹ́rẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n try gidi, wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ gidi fún yàn. Téèyàn bá ti fẹ́ bímọ, mímọ táìmù téèyàn lè rọbí tí wọ́n ní wá, téèyàn bá pè wọ́n.
A ṣe ẹ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún ètò tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ń ṣe báyìí. Gómìnà wa olóríire ni, gómìnà wa Oyètọ́lá, ó ń gbìyànjú agbára ẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n mẹ́pọ̀ ju ọkà lọ, ṣùgbọ́n ó ń gbìyànjú agbára ẹ̀, wọ́n bá bí tagbára tó kà mọ́.
What we have now, the service here is up to date. It has changed to be what it used to be. The drugs are available, the people are patronizing, and the type of disease they were treating before is improving. In fact, the people's response is encouraging. So, sincerely, the health center is providing a reliable job with the people in the town.
From Akiriboto to Wasimi and many other parts of the areas, we saw ourselves how people were accessing healthcare service delivery seamlessly.
Nǹkan yàtọ̀ dáadáa níbí báyìí, wọ́n ń tọ́jú wa dáadáa. So gbogbo nǹkan tá need ni wọ́n fún wa ṣá. So àwa náà dẹ̀ ń wá okay, baby inú wa náà mi dáadáa.
People are really benefiting. It has really changed. Most people that used to come here, they used to compensate them that they've tried, and even me, yes, they've tried for us.
Kò sígbà tá a débì tí wọn kì í dá wa lóhùn. wọ́n á dá wa lóhùn dáradára, wọ́n á gbọ́mọ lọ́wọ́ wa, wọ́n á sì tọ́jú wọn, á sì padà lọ́lé.
Ní ìsìn gbogbo àwọn aláboyún wa wọ́n ti wá ń gbàtọ́jú bí wọ́n ti ń bímọ síbí. Àwa náà tí orí bá ń fọ́ èèyàn látijọ́ bí ká ṣe gbé yẹn lọ síbòmíì, ṣùgbọ́n àwa gẹ́gẹ́ ti lọ ń gba oògùn ń bẹ̀ fún ìtọ́jú.
A dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba tó ṣe èyí fún wa, lágbára Ọlọ́run ní mú a kú ń bẹ̀ báyìí.
Ìjọba ń gbọ́ bùkátà ta nílò bọ̀, ìjọba ti ṣe nǹkan tó dáa torí ìtọ́jú àwọn ọmọ kékeré. Ó ti pẹ́ tí mo ti ń láti ìgbà tí mo ti wá lóyún mo ti ń lọ bíbẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tó dáa, wọ́n fún wa ní ìtọ́jú tó dáa.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba torí wọ́n ń try ìwọ̀nba owó tó ń wọlé táwa náà ń gbọ́ nínú news nǹkan tán dẹ̀ fi ń ṣe ó ní ìtumọ̀ báyìí. So tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ bá rí maternity wa yìí ó rough dáadáa, ṣùgbọ́n nísìn wọ́n ti bá wa tún ṣe. Ìbíyàn bá láìsàn wá bẹ̀ gan-an gbóǹgàn bá ti fojú kan maternity yẹn á ti mọ́ lálàáfíà.
Òkèrin ó jẹ́ maternity tó dára. Àwọn olóyún wa wọ́n ń wá síbí báyìí dáadáa, àwọn ọlọ́mọ wa náà ń wá, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tọ́jú wa dáadáa, wọ́n ṣe dáadáa fún wa. Ìjọba wa try gan o, ìjọba wa ó try, Ọlọ́run ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ o.
People are patronizing because there's no any medicine here before. People didn't come here. They prefer to go to private hospital than the government hospital. But since the government have been putting hands on it, everything was very, very okay. People are giving birth here. People are enjoying. People are enjoying. Very, very enjoying now.
À ń jẹ àǹfààní rẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ gan o, tó pọ̀ gan. Àwọn aráàlú sì ń jẹ àǹfààní rẹ̀ gidi gan, tó jẹ́ pé àtọmọdé àtàgbàlagbà ló ń ṣe àdúrà fún wọn.
There are, however, the multiplier effect on local businesses as most contractors sourced their materials within the state. This had greatly been appreciated by suppliers who got the attention of government through these projects, and this had been quite remarkable.
We also supply many materials to them, as like aluminium roofing sheets. So all those who are in need of it, they patronize us during this ongoing renovation, and during this time our markets wherever go up.
At least we can see the changes when they were patronizing us locally. At least there is a difference, let's say like 50% difference compared to when individuals are demanding. You can see, because if you look at it very well, governments are using aluminium materials more than individual, so we see improvements.
At the moment, close to 300 out of the expected 332 primary health care centers have been inaugurated, with an average of 500 babies immunized monthly at HPHCs, while public patronage has greatly increased to 400%, just as infant and maternal mortality rates have greatly dropped to an appreciable level. With the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, Osun State Government has been able to put in place the Osun State Insurance Scheme (OHIS) and the State Primary Healthcare Board, constituted to ensure continuity, which of course we at CERACODE will continue to monitor from time to time.
We'd like to thank the federal government of Nigeria and the World Bank that gave Osun State government the $20 million grant for the Save 1 Million Lives project for revitalization of the primary health care and some state hospitals.
While this survey is not unmindful of some areas that need the attention of government in terms of ensuring continuity, especially in the relationship that had already existed between the people and the government, Governor Gboyega Oyetola will have to go ahead and complete the ongoing rehabilitation of the remaining PHCs to allow other parts of the state enjoy this laudable and commendable program, while he continues to develop the state of the virtuous to an enviable height. CERACODE will not rest in seeking to strengthen rural people, alleviate poverty, and establish strong rural communities with innovative strategies, partnering with public and private agencies on local development and enhancement efforts. And of course, it is our hope that government will begin to use public oversight to assess the impact of its efforts and projects towards serving the people better and more better.